Hi, I'm Anna, co-founder of Crossdressed UK and proud wife of a crossdresser. I wanted to make this video to share a little about myself and one part of the vision behind Crossdressed UK. I've been married to my husband Harry for 13 years and we've been together for about 18. We live in the north of England in the UK. So what can I tell you about me? Well, I've got a very big heart. I've always believed that people of all ages, races, genders, religions, and sexual orientations deserve equal treatment. I'm one of the least judgmental people you'll meet. The only thing I tend to judge is kindness or how people treat others. And even then, I always remember that we never truly know what's going on in someone else's life. It costs nothing to be respectful and kind. I come from a health professional background, but recently had to leave the profession due to ill health. Over the last couple of years, I developed 2 long-term health conditions that left me with a disability, but I haven't let that stop me. I still live my life just a little differently now. I decided to put my energy into something new and now run a tech business with Harry. I handle all things creative and I absolutely love it. I'm still helping people, just in a different way. Now, a little bit about us. Harry's the outdoorsy one, and I'm more of a cosy, stay-at-home kind of girl. I love the autumn and winter months, and Christmas is my absolute favourite time of the year. I can cook, but avoid if I can. I hate it passionately. My real love, books. I read across all genres and time periods, from book talk favourites to the classics. So far this year, I've read 14. I also adore music. Everything from classical, think Mozart and Brahms in the bath, to hip hop and reggae whilst I'm doing the housework. I guess you could say I believe in equality for everything, not just people. Variety is the spice of life really sums me up as a person. Now Harry will be doing his own video to share his cross-dressing journey, but here's a bit of mine. 8 years into our marriage, everything changed. It was a normal Friday night, the kids were in bed, and we'd had our usual takeout, and were curled up with a bottle of wine, ready to watch something on TV. Then Harry said, "I need to tell you something." In that moment, my world felt like it shattered. My first thought, he's having an affair. Second, he's leaving. Third, he's seriously unwell. Now, people do joke about me being a bit dramatic, but there was something in his voice. I knew something big was coming. He told me, "I like wearing women's clothes and underwear. I like dressing as a woman. I like the way it feels." Now, here's the awful truth. I laughed. I think it was part shock, part relief, and maybe a bit of both. Before I explain my reaction, let me give you a bit of context. I grew up in a northern town in the UK, and whilst things are changing, it's not always the most progressive place. I'm also a millennial, born in the 80s, raised in the 90s, came of age in the 2000s. We've seen a lot of social progress, especially in recent years, but growing up, my exposure to the LGBTQIA+ community, especially cross-dressing, was limited to TV and entertainment. Yes, there were positive examples. Freddie Mercury in I Want to Break Free, Tim Curry as Dr. Frankenfurter in the Rocky Horror Picture Show, Susie, previously Eddie Izzard, Dame Edna, Boy George. But cross-dressing was usually portrayed as a joke. Something exaggerated, something to laugh at. So even though I've always stood for equality, my own lack of understanding and those lingering media stereotypes shaped my initial reaction. Once I realised Harry wasn't joking, I started asking questions. How long? Why didn't you tell me? And honestly, I didn't like the answers. I felt betrayed, lied to. This had been hidden from me our whole relationship. I felt like I hadn't been given the chance to choose. Would I have gone through with the relationship if I'd known? It felt like a mess, like a dream I just wanted to wake up from. We slept separately that night. And honestly, the next few weeks were really hard. There were a lot of late night conversations, but Harry was patient. He answered everything honestly and took time to reassure me, even when I now realise it was probably one of the most vulnerable times of his life. We both did a lot of soul searching. Harry had already gone through a long journey of self acceptance. Now he had to help me find mine. If you're watching this, you probably know we stayed together. We did create Crossdressed UK after all. But the next 18 months, they were really rough. Then throw in a global pandemic just to keep things interesting. Eventually, though, I came to understand Harry didn't keep this from me to hurt me. He did it to protect himself. This was something he'd hidden from everyone, and the fact that he trusted me with it was huge. So I started doing a lot of research, reading everything I could about cross-dressing, the psychology behind it, real life experiences, but honestly, what I found was a mixed bag. Some of the content was extreme. Angry wives who wanted to banish cross-dressers altogether, some cross-dressers laughing about looking better in their partner's clothes. It terrified me. There were some great resources out there too, and an incredible community it just took a while to find. Once I understood, really understood, that this was a part of who Harry was, I knew I wanted to stay. I loved him. He was the same man that I married, just with another layer I hadn't seen. That said, he did go a bit overboard for a while. He wanted to talk about it all the time, show me things, buy things, but he'd never shared it with anyone before, and now he finally could. I got it, but I also knew I needed boundaries. So we set them together, and something unexpected happened. We got closer. We started asking each other deep questions, talking more openly than ever before. The trust grew, so did my understanding, and eventually my excitement. I started helping him shop, giving styling tips, makeup help, and beauty advice. Even now, saying this out loud feels surreal. This isn't what I pictured my life would look like, but it's our life, and it's our normal. And outside of cross-dressing, we're still just us, a married man and woman with the usual ups and downs, just with a bit more depth and colour. Crossdressed UK came out of all of this. We were setting up our tech business and looking at what each of us brought to the table. One of us joked, wouldn't it be great if there was one place that had everything? Advice, support, fashion, psychology, all in one. That spark became an idea, and that idea became a mission. We researched, we read, we listened, we created. We wanted to make a space that was kind, honest, supportive, and evidence-based. We wanted to save others from those nights of digging through conflicting forums and media stereotypes. And honestly, the feedback has been overwhelming. Your messages, your stories, your kind words, they mean everything to us. So thank you for being here, for supporting this. If there's something you'd love to see on our site, on our socials, or here on YouTube, please reach out. Give us a like, subscribe, or come visit us at www.crossdress.co.uk. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest at Crossdressed UK. And remember, you are not alone, you are valid, you are welcome.